Welcome, have a nice day. Today is Thursday, 23rd of March 2023. This day is celebrated as World Meteorological Day. It takes place every year on 23rd of March and commemorates the coming into force on 23rd March 1950 of the convention establishing the World Meteorological Organization. 23rd March in Indian history is observed as the death anniversary of the following personalities, including Bhagat Singh, an Indian socialist also, who is a revolutionary whose two acts of dramatic violence against the British in India and the execution of at the age of 23 made him a folk hero of the Indian independence movement. Going towards the Hindu newspaper states that tense protests and tight security outside Indian High Commission in London. At least 100 police officers stood guard on both sides of the road outside the High Commission in London on Wednesday. The Hindu newspaper also states that Donald Trump indictment decision pushed back as New York grand jury fails to meet. A police officer stands outside Trump Tower in New York City on March 22nd, 2023, days after a message was posted on the Truth Social account of former United States President Donald Trump, stating that he had expected to be arrested and he called on his supporters to protest. The Hindu newspaper also states that Coimbatore car blast was inspired by Sri Lanka Easter bombing NIA. Tamil Nadu DGP C. Silendra Babu, second right inspects car which was gutted following an explosion in front of Koti Eswaran Kovil in Coimbatore. Going towards the Indian Express newspaper status that at a COVID-19 review meet, PM Modi stresses on tracking new variants. He also urged people to follow respiratory hygiene and COVID-19 appropriate behavior according to a statement issued by the PMO. PM Modi Wednesday held a high-level meeting at 4:30 p.m. to review the situation in public health. Disagreement should not lead to hatred and violence, says Chief Justice of India Chandrachud. Highlighting the importance of free press for a democracy, the Chief Justice of India said media is the fourth pillar in the conception of the state and thus an integral component of democracy. Chief Justice of India D.Y. Chandrachud delivers a speech at Ramnath Goenka Awards ceremony. Indian Express also states that unsettled borders continue to engage us. Deterrence instruments needed, Army Chief. Our existing inventory has a fair mix in terms of vintage and threat specific requirements. The pursuit to infuse technology into our war fighting systems remain an enduring one, he said. Army Chief General Manoj Pandey. Going towards the Hindustan Times newspaper states that Delhi likely to witness rainfall tomorrow. Indian Meteorological Department. Some areas in Delhi may receive light drizzle on Thursday evening or night, the Indian Meteorological Department said on Wednesday, issuing a yellow alert which warns the public of weather phenomena for light rain and gusty winds for Friday. Delhi resident woke up to haze and a cloudy sky on Wednesday. Hindustan Times also stated that a United Kingdom to review security at Indian High Commission in London aimed protests. British Foreign Minister James Cleverly on Wednesday said the country will review security at the Indian High Commission in London following unacceptable acts of violence towards the mission's staff, pro-Khalistani leader and supporters during a protest in London. Hindustan Times also states that not possible to predict big quake. Geologists that the Himalayan region, including northern India, will see a big earthquake is something experts have known for many years, but they have always maintained that it will be impossible to predict whether this could come next week or 30 years hence or perhaps ever. People gather after a building tilts following an earthquake at a Shankarpur area in New Delhi. Going towards the economy of the country, IFC to invest rupees 600 crore in M&M's new last mile mobility company. Need to review bilaterals to Dubai. AXA Air CEO Vinay Dubey. Indian airports revenues to rise to $3.9 billion next fiscal year. As per aviation consultancy CAPA India, Indian airport operators are to see a rise in revenues in the next financial year. Federal Reserve delivers small rate hike amid recent financial turmoil in United States. Traders work on the floor of New York Stock Exchange in New York on Wednesday, March 22nd, 2023. News on the Federal Reserve interest rate hike appears on a monitor in the background. Reserve Bank of India Governor lays a foundation stone for data center in Bhubaneswar. Reserve Bank of India Governor Shaktikanta Das. Going towards the world news, including Ukraine, Russia hits apartments and dome killing civilians. Donald Trump's potential indictment caps decades of legal security. Security heightened around an Indian mission in London for protest by British Sikh groups. North Korea fires cruise missile as allies stage drills. Ukraine IMF agree on United States dollar a 15.6 billion US dollar loan package. Going towards the science and technology, scientists are working on tracking COVID dengue through savage surveillance. The scientists have found traces of COVID in several parts of Twin Cities after picking up the samples from open drains at 18 locations. United States Argentine researcher wins a Abel Prize for Maths. Lewis Cafferly. Wins Abel Prize for Maths. Nothing launches Year 2 TWS succeeding Year 1. Nothing launches the Year 2 TWS with high-res audio certification and LHDC 5.0 technology. COVID-19 origins a GISAID U-turn adds to confusion over new Chinese data. The Wuhan Hainan wholesale seafood market, where a number of people related to the market fell ill with the novel coronavirus, closed in Wuhan January 21st, 2020. At last, there's a famous quotation of Bhimrao Ramji Ambedkar, whose birth anniversary is 14 April 1891 to 6 December 1956, was an Indian jurist, economist, social reformer, and political leader who headed the committee of drafting the Constitution of India. From the Constituent Assembly debates, served as law and justice minister in the first cabinet of Jawaharlal Nehru, and inspired the Dalit Buddhist movement after renouncing Hinduism. Bhimrao Ramji Ambedkar states that cultivation of mind should be the ultimate aim of human existence. Okay, thank you.